Welcome to this fourth and concluding Rehabilitation Services Administration Technical Assistance Program on the submission of the Vocational Rehabilitation Services portion of the WIOA 2020 State Plan. My name is Terry Martin, and I am joined by my colleagues from the State Monitoring and Program Improvement Division, Jim Doyle, Shannon Moeller, April Trice, and Jason Hunter. In our program, we will cover the requirements of the VR services portion of the Unified and Combined State Plan. In particular, we will look at the certifications, assurances, and Appendix 1, the performance goals.
Certifications. The VR services portion of the state plan lists the 9 certifications to the VR program. VR agencies should review the VR services portion certifications to verify that the information accurately reflects the current status of the VR program. The individual with the authority to sign the state plan must also sign or redate the VR services portion of the Unified or Combined State Plan certification within the WIOA State Plan portal.
Assurances. VR agencies must review the 7 state plan assurances specific to the VR program to verify that the information accurately reflects the current status of the VR program. Agencies must include accurate responses to the following. Assurance 3B, the agency must select either A, is an independent state commission, or B, has established a state rehabilitation council consistent with description A, input of the State Rehabilitation Council, in 34 CFR 361.16. Assurance 3E, the agency must select yes or no to identify if the agency allows for the local administration of VR funds consistent with 34 CFR 361.15. Assurance 3F. The agency must select yes or no to identify if it allows for the shared funding and administration of joint programs in accordance with 34 CFR 361.27. Assurance 3G. The agency must select either yes or no to answer whether it is requesting or maintaining a waiver of statewide-ness consistent with description B in 34 CFR 361.25. And lastly, Assurance 4C. The agency must select either yes or no to indicate if it is able to provide a full range of VR services to all eligible individuals in accordance with 34 CFR 361.36. The agency will select yes if it is not under an order of selection and no if it is under an order of selection, even if all categories are open.
Lobbying certification. Certification regarding lobbying form must be signed and retained by the state agency annually for each program for which federal funds are requested. Note that the certification regarding lobbying form will no longer be submitted electronically in the state portal and must be submitted each year by email to your state liaison.
Appendix 1, performance goals. All states are expected to include targeted goals for each of the core programs with the submission of the state plan under Appendix 1 of the Unified or Combined State Plan. If the state has 2 VR agencies, the 2 VR agencies must work together to determine the appropriate targeted goals for the performance indicators required for the next 2 program years. The process will involve the RSA data unit applying a statistical adjustment model, or SAM, to determine the negotiated goals for each performance indicator. Guidance will be issued by RSA
outlining the process for establishing the levels of performance for the indicators prior to the due date of the submission of the state plan, and conclude the performance indicators with the next submission of the state plan.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, April, Shannon, and Jason. This concludes our fourth and final Rehabilitation Services Administration Technical Assistance Program on submission of the state vocational rehabilitation portion of the WIOA state plan for 2020. And please, if you do have questions regarding the plan, send them to us at rsaquestions@ed.gov, or of course, contact your RSA State Liaison. We thank you very much for joining us for this program, and we look forward to the opportunity to read and review your state plan. Thank you very much.